BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by...
I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want
to know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management.
When you left and went to Akron, did you ever think that you would come back to the area?
And, I mean, it was like a Bruce Springsteen song. And my wife and I were high school sweethearts. And she went to YSU, but I went to Akron, and we were just going to get out, as soon as possible and never come back. But, after years of being gone, you kind of crystallize what you want in life and discovered what we really wanted was to be back here. It just took us a long time to really realize that's what, we were kind of in denial of it, right? So a lot of people that we trusted, a lot of people that were mentors to us, said, you gotta get out of here to have any possibilities. There's nothing left here. The same sort of stuff here over and over again. And it really wasn't true. I mean, it was, so there's a relative affluence here in Poland. And, we're sitting with people, driving nice cars, living in nice houses, going on nice vacations, telling us that you have to get as far away from the Mahoning Valley as you can, or you're never gonna make it. So it was, when you're a kid, you don't realize, like, there's a little irony here. But it just, in not knowing anything else, they promise you, like, well, if this is so terrible here, it must be so great everywhere else. And then you get out in the world for a little bit and you realize that's not exactly the case.
We were on the phone driving back, and I was just like, I don't want to go back, back to out towards Dayton where we were living. It was just like, and Collin said, I don't either. Like, we never felt that before, So then we were like talking, and it's like, maybe we should move back, It was just weird because we'd never thought that we would ever come back here, but we just got this like feeling like it just felt right being back.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it was a time in your lives, the age that you were, or?
Probably, because when I first moved to Akron, I was right out of school. I was still young. It was new, it was exciting, and then you get into like a funk,
I'm a guy working in heavy industry, right? So I'm a buyer for heavy industry, working with fab shops, working with harness shops, things that are prevalent around here, like a skill set that's purposely built for the Valley. And I never gave any thought to move back to my hometown until, I've been gone for a year, and I came back and visited and really missed being here. And, so from there we just kind of jumped. It wasn't long before Jana moved back, and then I found a position to move back. I had to drive to Akron for a year and a half or 2 years before I found a position here in the Valley. But it was one of the better things we ever did.
What do your parents think now?
So since then, I've had a daughter, so all bets are off. But they're happy with it. I have a nice position at a company that I really like and I'm proud of. And I think that I kind of showed them, that there is opportunity here, and I think they were just trying in their best interest to, as best they could, guide me in some sort of way. But in reality, I think it was kind of a little misguided from their standpoint. And literally, I don't remember anybody ever saying, "Hey, man, just stick around. It's gonna be fine. Stay." Like, there maybe was some people who were, indifferent to the coming or going, but there was nobody saying, just stay here, it's fine, trust me, the world's pretty much the same everywhere else.
What would you tell your friends who are still away?
I would tell them, if the opportunity ever came to come back, it's a great place to live, Like our friends that live in Columbus, they love it, but it's not home, And I think deep down they feel that, but nobody wants to admit that.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by...
I want to retire knowing we did it right. We want
to know that it's been worth something.
It's worth everything.
Be intentional about your worth. Farmers National Bank Wealth Management.